Good morning and welcome back to my channel. This is the Homestead, and today we are going to be doing a update of the summer garden and how it is affected by the Georgia humidity and the heat. So as you can see, my green stalks are starting to thin out. So on this side I had to do a lot of pruning because of the humidity and powdery mildew. This side I didn't have to do as much. I still have eggplant. My serranos are still growing. This is a giant marigold that is almost completely spent. More eggplant. Peppers. Those are regular bell peppers. I have a lot of snacking peppers coming in. So when it was extremely hot, these bell peppers all stopped flowering. My banana peppers continued, and I need to trim this plant up. I actually harvested about 8 off of there yesterday. Alright, and on this side, these peppers are ready. And then I have more coming here. And these are mostly snacking peppers. And today we are trimming sweet potato vines back because they have completely taken over the bed. So toss some over there. And these are my beans that I am going to trellis up today. This one is ready. So I am going to create a trellis for that. Here is my butternut squash. That is a giant marigold. Some agastache for the hummingbirds and the bees. And then in this bed, I have a zinnia with 3 of my pumpkin plants, and these are Jack B. Littles. Flowers are coming. And these Jack B. Littles, I am going to grow going this way up this hill. When you have a small garden, you have to be very smart with your space. So my brick bed is where I put the things that grow bigger, and I usually designate something to the side beds. So that bed over there we'll look at next. And so this is my side bed where I had my red northern potatoes. I'm going to clean this bed up. I'm going to get rid of the dill in the back, this giant marigold, and I'm probably going to get rid of that sage because this bed now is just completely overcrowded. Everything got a lot bigger than I thought because what I have in here is a pumpkin here, but it has created another offshoot that's starting to go this way, and that's not what I want. That is a calla lily that I have to move to the shade and trim. Excuse me. That's probably not going to happen today. And yeah, this dill, I'm gonna trim this one. This one is still actually got a lot of good flowering going on, but I'm gonna trim it up to clean it up. It has 3 for long stalks. I'm gonna take it down to 1. And I have a pumpkin. I have a pumpkin here, but I also have a watermelon in there, right there. And we have a lot of weeds that we've been spraying, and we're going to try to get those pulled up. And I want to try to use those 2 pots up there for pumpkins. This is giant marigolds and yarrow, and I think I'm going to pull those. I don't notice a whole bunch of pollinators going over to those, so I won't feel so bad. Those are going to get pulled up, and the yarrow will stay. But that is today's chores in the garden. And in the greenhouse, we keep the tomato plant in here. This one survived. It still got a couple more to give, and I started some in the house to replace it. So that is today's garden task. Thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Until next time, happy gardening. And here I am just cleaning up the garden. I'm going to keep pushing back the sweet potato vines because they are creeping over into the beans and the butternut squash that I have over on the other side. So I'm just going to push those back, trim those up a little bit without disturbing too many of the sweet potato vines that have already rooted. I did pull some up that have not started making sweet potatoes yet. I did not keep all of the sweet potatoes that started to root from vining. I did pull some of them up because I don't want this bed to be all sweet potatoes. It was originally 1/3 of a bed that was sweet potatoes, but they vine so quickly that I was not able to keep up with it and catch them before they took over. So I caught them when they were at about the halfway mark. There are a couple of beans hidden under the sweet potato vines, but I pulled them out and staked them up. The beans that I'm looking at now, I am staking those up on a pole, and I have about 4 bean plants in this bed. I am going to redo my green stalks. One of my green stalks is hot peppers, one of them is bell peppers, and I am going to unstack them, and all of the green stalk stackers that don't have much in it. I was looking up at a hummingbird. All of the green stalks that don't have much in it, I'm going to stack those and put beans in them. So I'll have one with beans and one with bell and hot peppers. So here I'm just going through the garden, cleaning everything up. I like to keep everything nice and tidy so that I can keep control over my pests. I do get pests, of course, just like everybody else, but I try to keep track of it and keep an eye out for damage. I try to keep everything clean so I don't attract anything that I don't want to have to fight with. And so here I'm just finding more runners coming out the side and staking my onions back up. These are onions from last year from the grocery store. The scallions, this is how big they got after flowering. And I will continue to keep those because everything on this side of the bed is always very healthy, and I do contribute it to those onions. Some things can't be planted with onions. And I'm just going to do a little bit of yard cleanup, get everything out and thrown away. I do not have a compost bin or chickens, so these sweet potato vines will just go to the garbage, which is perfectly fine. I have plenty more where that came from, and when I do harvest these sweet potatoes, I will keep some of the vines for next year. For our 1 week seedling update, we have broccoli, beefsteak, tomatoes, kale, what else? Swiss chard, tomatillos, romas, zucchini, of course. And in the back, we have collards, and what else? Look at that zucchini. In the back we have collards and cabbage. So after 7 days, we have germination in about 90% of our plants. The only thing that did not germinate, oh, even this one did. So the only thing that did not germinate is the red onions, the tricolor tomatoes, the large cherry tomatoes, and what else? The jelly bean tomatoes.